amigos, from a brand new country for all of us. I've made it to Santiago de Chile, the capital of the country of Chile. Check it out. So, I've heard a few bad things about this city. Been told I shouldn't come here when I come to Chile, but I'm here anyway, so let's see what Santiago de Chile has to offer. Vamos! Didn't have breakfast today. As always, I'm flipping hungry. It's time for lunch. Got myself a snack here. A Chilean empanada. I've been told that Chilean empanadas are great. And they are. Not as good as the Argentinian ones, but they are. This one is with beef. It's pretty nice. So yeah, this is a pretty nice place here, guys. The Plaza de Armas of Santiago. And I've been here now for 2 days approximately. It's my second day. Arrived yesterday. Well, 2 days ago at night I arrived. So yesterday was like my first day here. And yeah, not the best first impressions I have to say. Yesterday, because I'm not staying in the historic center. This is like the historic center of Santiago. And it's pretty out here. It's beautiful. But yeah, the place I'm staying at is a bit less pretty. But yeah, anyway, first time in Chile, first time in Santiago, so let's see what Chile is like and Santiago. Now, it's safe to say that not too many people that come to Chile visit Santiago, or do so for a very long time, because even the Chileans say that Santiago is like, yeah, not worth visiting. It's not that pretty, not that much to offer. But I want to give Santiago a chance. I mean, when I come to a new country, I always like to start in the capital city, which is why I flew down here to Santiago. Now today is a sunny day, and quite warm actually. Yesterday that wasn't the case. Yesterday it was freezing cold, and also in the morning and at night it's freezing at the moment. It's still winter here, but at the moment it's not quite a winter day. It looks like a summer day. The sun's out and many people are out. Check it out. And yeah, first impressions of Chile, I have to say, I was a bit shocked because this is definitely the most expensive country I've visited in Latin America. Yes, I mean, withdrawing money here is super expensive. It's a rip-off. It costs like $10 to withdraw money here at every single ATM. They've got like a bit of a, in my eyes, sorry to all the Chileans listening, but in my eyes, a bit of a racist rule here, a racist law. Every foreigner and tourist that withdraws money here has got to pay the same amount at every single ATM, no matter the bank. It's always $10. And yeah, that of course is not so good. And also the prices here are a lot higher, a lot closer to European prices than what I'm used to in Latin America. Currently we're at Plaza de Armas, like the main square of the historic center of Santiago. And yeah, let's explore the good side of Santiago, the touristic side, and go for some food on the way. I'm flipping hungry. And there's a lot going on today, check it out. And the second impression I have of Santiago is that it's super international. I mean, it might be the most international city I've been to in Latin America. There's, in the area I'm staying at, there's only Argentinian restaurants, Venezuelan restaurants, Bolivian restaurants. It's super international. I didn't expect that. I haven't really had, apart from the empanadas, which you got everywhere here, I didn't really have any Chilean food so far. I didn't find anything yet, so we'll change that today, hopefully. If not, then in the next video. So yes, there are so many Venezuelans around here, in Santiago that you basically see as many Venezuelan flags around here as Chilean flags. And yesterday, at time of recording this video, yesterday there were the Venezuelan elections, and all the Venezuelans in Venezuela obviously, but also in all the other countries here in Latin America, in Peru, in Colombia, Mexico, Ecuador, Peru, Chile of course, they were all hoping for change, but it didn't happen. Apparently it didn't happen. So Venezuela unfortunately remains stuck in its communist regime, making it still difficult to visit. But we're gonna do it. On our next trip to Latin America, Venezuela is definitely on the list. But for now, let's explore Santiago, which, yeah, people say is an ugly city, the ugliest capital of South America. But this doesn't look very ugly, doesn't it? So today we are going to explore Santiago. We are going to see if this city is truly that ugly. And yes, I have to say, you know, this is like one of the prettiest places of Santiago, one of the most touristic ones. But I have to say, I've seen prettier cities. I've seen prettier cities. I'll show you some glimpses of what I mean later on. Right guys, time for lunch. And I've stopped for some Chilean food here. The empanada was our breakfast, and now we're about to have some churrasco, which is some typical Chilean food, which I was told to try. It's a Chilean snack, a Chilean street food. Well, it's a bit more expensive than street food in other countries. It's like a beef sandwich, and looks delicious to be honest. Comes with avocado, some mayo, tomato. With the water came to a total of $6, which is a lot for Latin America. But yeah, let's tuck in, I reckon. Let's have our first try of Chilean foods. Provecho, guys. It's good. Too much mayo in my eyes. I mean, check it out. The mayo is dripping out of the sandwich. But apart from that, it's good. It's not something I would eat every day, but it's alright. The beef is good. The beef is decent. So yeah, let me destroy this now, and then we continue exploration of Santiago. Well, we've had our churrasco, our first taste of Chilean food, for me personally. So far I've only had Bolivian and Argentinian food, and some Chilean wine yesterday. Pretty decent. Chile is also renowned for its wine, and yeah, pretty decent here. They're up there with Argentina as the biggest wine producers in the world actually, and France obviously. Well yeah, during my time traveling through Latin America, I've met many Chileans actually in hostels. They travel a lot as well, especially in Colombia and in Mexico and also in Brazil. I met some Chileans, even in Paraguay, in Asunción. And they always told me one thing: Chile was hermoso, beautiful, magnificent. The most magnificent country, they say, in maybe the world. I mean, the country's got amazing landscapes. It's obviously a very long and slim country, but it's got everything. It's got the desert in the north. It's got, which is the driest desert in the world. The driest desert in the world in the north. They've got beautiful Patagonia in the south. But they always told me, don't go to Santiago. It's not good. Don't go to Santiago. When you go to Chile, go to the north and go to the south. Skip Santiago. But I can't do that. I can't do that. I haven't got too much time on this trip. So there's still another country which I'm going to go back to after this, and from there I'll go back to Europe. So as I don't have a lot of time, and as I've already been to Patagonia, to the Argentinian side, to the end of the world, to Ushuaia last year, and so I didn't want to go back. Might do that another time. And also the north, currently it's the high season in the north, like all the Chileans and many other tourists from Brazil, Argentina, or from the US obviously, they are all going to the Atacama Desert at the moment, to the north of Chile, which is why at the moment it's flipping expensive there. Hotels and hostels are super expensive there. Flights to get up there from Santiago are super expensive. So I've decided to just do Santiago, Ola, and its surroundings on this trip to get a first taste of Chile and check it out. It's not too bad, is it? And up there in the distance, guys, I don't know if you guys can pick it up, probably not, my camera is too bad, but that's pretty beautiful about Santiago. It's surrounded by the Andean mountains, by the snowy Andean mountains. Right here, the sun is shining and it's quite warm at the moment, like 20 degrees or something, but the city is surrounded by the snowy Andean mountains, which makes it a beautiful sight. And also Chile is the first country in Latin America I've been to that has decent bread, because that's something I'm missing when I travel in Mexico, Colombia. They don't do real bread, you know. When you eat a sandwich in Mexico or Colombia, as a European, sometimes you're craving real bread. And here, they have it. They're also renowned for their baguettes and their sandwiches, and the sandwich was quite decent. The meat was good, the bread was good. So yeah, that's what I like about Chile. But it's expensive, guys, it is expensive. I mean, a small place, not even a restaurant, for small places, it's quite expensive. I mean, for an empanada you're going to pay like $3, and that is still cheap for an American or a European, but for Latin America that is expensive. And just like in Lima, they've got Miraflores here, a street named Miraflores. Man, gives me flashbacks. I love that part of Lima, Miraflores. Lima has one of the best nightlives in the world. This is basically the first time for me exploring this part of Santiago. I've already seen the area in which I'm staying. I'm going to show it to you guys later on. Then you know what I mean when I say it's not the prettiest place I visited. Yeah, I got told a few seconds ago, for probably the 10th time today, that I should put my phone away because I'm going to get robbed. Yeah, not the safest city apparently, Santiago. It's a very rich city. I mean, it's not a poor country. There are many poorer countries in South America. This is one of the wealthier nations, but therefore they've also got loads of poverty and loads of crime, loads of robberies, and many people are putting it on to the immigrants that come here. And there's many immigrants that come here. I mean, there's basically as many Venezuelans here as they are Chilean. I can understand the frustrations of the Peruvians, the Chileans, the Ecuadorians, the Colombians against the Venezuelans come to their country, many of which are criminals. Has to be said. But I also understand the Venezuelans fleeing their country. I mean, if you were born in a communist country which is living in the past, where you earn like $3 a month and the water costs $2, I mean, you have to leave. I want to see Venezuela, I want to give it a go. But one thing's for sure, guys, Chileans, just like all the other Latinos I've met, super friendly, decent people. This hasn't changed. The city looks a bit more, how should I put it, un-Latino than other cities I've visited. Might be the most un-Latino city I've visited in Latin America, because it looks very European, to be honest. It doesn't look very Latin American. But still, the people are Latin American. The people are awesome, decent people. I mean, in my country, people would give a damn if you're walking through a dodgy street with your phone out and stuff. People wouldn't give a damn. People would laugh at you. They've got like a outdoor clothing market. Beautiful, in it. And right here, guys, jokes aside, we've reached one of the prettiest buildings, one of the must-see buildings in all of Santiago, the Palacio de Bellas Artes, which is like an arts museum, just like the one in Mexico City. And it's a bit, less pretty than the one in Mexico City, but still, the square is beautiful. We've got a beautiful park here, many palm trees. That's what I like about Santiago. We've got palm trees everywhere, but the city is surrounded by the mountains, by snowy mountains. That's amazing. And here many people are chilling on benches outside of the museum in this beautiful park. But yes, I can't lie, it's not the prettiest city I've visited in Latin America. Been to so many pretty places, and Santiago definitely is not one of the prettiest cities I've seen. But it's got its beautiful side as well. Beautiful park. Reminds me a bit of Buenos Aires actually, and also of Europe. Reminds me a lot of Europe. The entire city actually looks a bit like, might sound funny to say, but it reminds me a bit of London, this part of the city. It looks more like London than it does like another Latin American city I've been to be honest. Might be due to Chile's very international history. And right here, guys, we can see the first example of today of, the rougher side of Santiago. I mean, right here in the middle of the historic center, we've got this. Check it out, this rough looking, I think it's a parking for cars. It's a park house. It's a park house for cars, but check out how rough it looks, man. And we've got actually many of these buildings, many of rotten buildings throughout the entire city, scattered around the city. Which is why people, even Chileans, call it ugly. And this seems to be South America's ugliest capital. So this is basically, guys, the busiest part of Santiago, the walking street of the historic center. Well, it's not as big, I should say, as other historic centers in Latin American cities I've seen, and also not as impressive. It's a bit more modern, but it's quite busy, super busy. And man, what a difference it makes walking here in the sunshine and in the shadow. In the shadow it's a bit chilly, and in the sunshine it's flipping warm, 20 degrees. As many Argentines, Venezuelans and Bolivians around here than Chileans, honestly. Surely due to the economy of this country. Right, guys, and now we've reached the most important part of Santiago, the House of Government, the building, the palace where the government of Chile is based. Check it out. The Palacio de la Moneda it is called. Funnily, that means the palace of money. At least they're being honest. The palace of money. Right ahead of us, guys, is the most giant Chilean flag on earth, probably. Check it out. Wow. Like every capital city in Latin America, one place in the capital city is, the giant bandera. They've got their Plaza de Bandera, like every other capital city of Latin America. It's the same in Ciudad de Mexico, it's the same in Buenos Aires, in Bogota, and here it is of Santiago. The giant flag. At the moment, not enough wind, so it's not waving. That's a pity, but still, beautiful. The beautiful giant flag of Chile. Chile is like the country of South America that most other South American nations don't like. Especially the Peruvians and the Argentinians. They really, really don't like the Chileans. And in Peru, they don't like the Chileans because Chile apparently, in some war, took a few regions of Peru, the southern regions of Peru, which are now north of Chile. And now we're gonna jump into the metro of Santiago. Hola, buenas. No puedo, no tengo monedas, lo siento. Loads of poverty in Santiago as well. That's the dark side of this city. Loads of poverty. And it's a bit like in Europe, like as there's a richer country, Santiago, Chile, many immigrants from poorer nations looking for a better future, which are poor already are looking for a better future coming here. Not everyone goes to the US, but all the Venezuelans or Bolivians, Colombians go to the US. Many just come to Chile or to Uruguay or to Ecuador. And yeah, it's the same in Europe with all the migrants that are coming from the Middle East, from Syria and stuff, looking for a better future in Europe, and sometimes it's tough. Right then, a ride on this metro, 760 Chilean pesos, that's like 75 cents in euros. So it's not too expensive, but it's more expensive than in Quito and in Mexico City. Try out the metro from the inside. Not super modern, but better than the one in Mexico City still. But the one in Quito was better. Right guys, we are now leaving the metro station again, the underground of Santiago. We've made it to the area in which I'm staying actually, and where we are going to visit a very interesting place, a beautiful place apparently, and this also gives me the chance to show you the area in which I'm staying. Right then guys, wow, let me tell you this, it's very hot now. Didn't expect this, as it was super cold for the past 2 days, and also this morning it was freezing. But now, summer is coming to Santiago. I reckon that it gets very hot in the summer. You Chileans, or people that have been to Santiago before, could tell me in the comments, how is it in the summer? Is it hot? Because at the moment it already is a bit hot. But still good. But let's check it out guys. This is Plaza Italia, as they call it. The Italy Square. At the moment, yeah, there's some construction work going on, so it's not very beautiful. I didn't want to start the video here, because yeah, it's not the prettiest place at the moment due to the construction going on. But a little walk away from here is very interesting, a very beautiful viewpoint. A little mountain, a little hill overlooking the city. Now before, we are heading up to the beautiful viewpoint by cable car, which you can see in the distance here. Amazing sights, check it out guys. The mountains surrounding, the white snow-capped mountains surrounding Santiago, a waving Chilean flag here, and there's the viewpoint. We will be heading up soon by cable car, probably to end the video. But here guys, I want to show you guys this park. I mean, this little lake running through Santiago looks beautiful at first, but then when you have a closer look, oh wow. I mean, this is the first thing I've seen in Santiago. This was the first place I have seen and explored in Santiago, and check it out. Look at the dirt here. Man, I can honestly say guys, it gets worse. Just look down here, and down there, more dirt. So much waste lying around here, and I can honestly tell you guys, as a European, I'm used to seeing this in big European cities like Paris, London, and whatever, Amsterdam, Berlin. It's easy to find things like this, it's normal. It's actually normal. Our cities are dirty, but here in Latin America, in South America, Central America, the cities are clean. They are so clean and perfect. You never see dirt lying around in the city centers and stuff, but here, man, I mean, when I saw this yesterday, I was shocked. I was really negatively shocked. I mean, there's prettier places in the city, like the ones we've seen before, the historic center and the more tourist-friendly places, but this here, man, this park is up there with the dirtiest places, maybe even the dirtiest place I've seen in a Latin American city. I'm sorry to all you Chileans watching, but it's true. It's the flipping truth. Check it out. Waste and waste and waste. It's a pity. It really is. I mean, check it out. Just waste running around here. Lying around here. Flipping mad. Broken bottle here on the floor. Now that's dangerous. I mean, check out the state of that bridge. And it's here in the center of Santiago, where arguably, yeah, many tourists are staying. It is like one of the safest areas, a bit more, yeah, upper class neighborhoods, so safer areas. But I mean, looking at this, look at the state of that bridge, and look at down here, man. That's even worse. Look at that waste just lying around, man. I mean, if you've never been to South America and Santiago is the only or first place you come to in South America, and you see this, I mean, you won't have a great impression, a great first impression of South America and Latin America in general, because, sorry to all you Chileans watching, but this is like the dirtiest place I've seen, the dirtiest city probably I've seen in South America. I'm not going to say it's the ugliest city I've ever visited. No, that's not true. Even here in South America, I've been to some worse places. I mean, it's beautiful with the mountains surrounding it. Check it out, guys. I mean, if the river or whatever it is had a better color, was a bit cleaner, not so much dirt lying around or probably in it as well, then it would be an amazing place with the mountains in the background. I mean, wow. And also the graffitis, they make it a bit rough, but they're beautiful. Seems some nice street art here as well, already. Yeah, I've seen worse places than Santiago, but yeah, I can't lie, I've seen better places. But still, I mean, I would have hated myself coming to Chile and not seeing Santiago. And I'm still happy to be here. So Chileans, don't take it personal. I've just got to be honest here on YouTube with you guys. I've got to be honest. I'm going to share my honest travel experiences. I don't want to go around and only show the good sides, the tourist things, and say, yeah, it's so nice, so beautiful. Because not always everything is. Every place, every country, every city has its ups and downs. And yeah, Santiago, like every city, has some downsides to it. But now, let's see Santiago from above. Something which we haven't done yet. Let's head up there to the Sierra of San Cristobal, the San Cristobal hill overlooking Santiago. Vamos! Right guys, I'm about to try some Chilean street food now. ¿Cómo se llama?
Sopaipillas.
Sopaipillas.
Sí.
Sopaipillas.
Sopaipillas.
I'm about to try sopaipillas here, with this lovely lady. It's some vegetarian.
Típica chilena.
Typical Chilean, it's typical Chilean street food. Sopaipilla. It's like some with some vegetables inside. It's vegetarian, so yeah.
Espero que te guste.
Sí. Espero también.
No.
¿Se
no
come
puede.
con salsa o no?
Si tú quieres, porque la masita en sí no
Muy
es
seco.
ni dulce ni salada.
Okay.
Es blandita.
So it's a very dry taste today, this has. So, vamos a ver. Provecho. Tastes a bit like cheese. Well, no cheese inside, the lady said.
¿Está buena?
Pero es rico, sí, me gusta. It's alright, it's a bit dry, but it's alright.
403 puntos.
Es rico.
No, se puede, te dije que era gustosa.
It has some mustard or whatever it is.
Ya me quita linda. Ahí tienes ketchup, mostaza.
A really Chilean day today. The only thing missing is some wine. Sopaipilla, muy rico. Sopaipilla, viva Chile.
Gracias, mijito lindo, que viva, pues.
So there you have it, the street food you should try when you're in Chile, the sopaipillas. Muy rico. Muy rico las sopaipillas. Tenía unas allá. Tal vez después. Gracias. The sopaipillas, guys. That's the street food you should try here in Chile. And they're cheap as well. I've paid 400 pesos which is like 40 cents in euros, even less. So that's pretty nice. Finally I've had something cheap here in Santiago. And yes, here we can see another example of the not so pretty part of Santiago. Check it out, this building. Check out that blue building here, man. It's completely rotten, but people living inside. Some parts of the city are completely rotten. It's just a pity. It could be such a beautiful place. It's pretty much run down in some places. It's nearly as, I mean, look at that bench, oh wow. I wanted to sit down, but no. It's nearly as run down as Asunción. But yes, there's also, of course, a much richer area, a much richer part of town, not too far away from here. We might check that out as well. We'll see. Right guys, approaching the cable car now and the viewpoint, and this guys is like a party street, a nightlife street here. Lots of rundown buildings as well, like this one. I don't understand why. They've got like a little club or whatever it is. Yeah, this is like a nice place on the weekends, you know, on Thursdays, Fridays and Saturdays to go out. All in all, I have to say, Santiago is a mixture of modern, very European, very Western actually. A bit rough around the edges, and you've got buildings like this, like random, in nice streets. Claro, Chelsea, siempre. Sí, claro. Somos un equipo de jóvenes que nos pueden hacer nada.
Símbolo de la U de Chile.
La U de Chile.
Sí, porque ahí
la U de Chile.
La U de Chile, mo. Sí, mo. Sería una U, mo.
Una U.
Una U.
La U de Chile.
Azul.
Sí. Azul.
Bien.
Universidad de Chile y Chelsea.
Eso, azul, compañero.
Sí, como compañero, azul.
Azul.
Azul hasta la muerte. Azul hasta la muerte.
Bien.
El U y el Chelsea.
Eso. Welcome.
And here, guys, we can see a very beautiful mural. I've walked past this place before today, and it's a beautiful mural, reflecting, the struggles of Palestine. It is a mural dedicated to a free Palestine. Check it out, beautiful. Right guys, finally getting up and seeing Santiago from above, check it out. Amazing. It's a bit different to the cable cars I've taken in other countries, in Bogota, in Medellin, in Colombia, for instance. But yeah, I like it. Check it out. And in Turkey, of course. I've taken cable cars now in Turkey, Colombia, and here in Santiago. Wow, what a beauty. What a beauty, guys. Check it out, guys. We've made it to the top of this viewpoint here. This hill overlooking the city. Check it out. What a beautiful place it is. Well, I can definitely say, after 2 days here now, that the city of Santiago is a lot prettier from above than from down there. There are some rough places down there. But to call it the ugliest capital of South America, I think it's a bit overblown. I think the city, as you can see from up here, definitely has places and things to offer. I mean, wow, the view from up here is stunning. And also, taking the cable car up there, the views we got already from the cable car is amazing. And yeah, I think visiting Santiago is surely not a mistake. I mean, it's not the prettiest city I've ever visited, I can't lie, I've got to be honest with you, but it's also not the ugliest. I've seen uglier places. I'm not going to say which, but I've seen uglier places, especially in Europe. I mean, compared to Buenos Aires, Mexico City, and Lima, it might be a bit rougher, a bit rougher and a bit dirtier at some places, and a bit less pretty, but still, I've seen worse, I've got to be real. So I expected worse, definitely, from what people told me about this city. But yeah, check out the beautiful view from up here, the stunning views of Santiago. Modern Santiago. So if this is the end of the video, then I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I've surely enjoyed my day, my first day of exploring Santiago, and I'm looking forward to the next video, and I'll see you guys there in the next one from Chile and from Santiago. So, hasta luego amigos, see you in a bit. Definitely not that ugly.
¿Cómo? ¿Pon Instagram para hacer?